So the pandemic taught a lot of people the importance of having an emergency savings account, as record unemployment threw people's finances into a frenzy. As we look for ways to help you make it in San Diego, ABC 10 News reporter Jared Aarons takes a look at what people should do to rebuild their savings and be ready for the next emergency.
For Jonas Brand, something as simple as buying a burrito became a luxury during the pandemic. Brand lost his job over the summer and has been living off his emergency fund since.
I had about $8,000, which is the most I'd ever managed to save up. I was really happy about it, but I've had to use all of it. Yep, it's completely gone.
Brand was one of the lucky ones who had savings to fall back on. Experts say you should have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved up. But recent surveys show 25% of Americans have none and 26% don't have enough to cover even 3 months. Another study found 40% of Americans who had emergency funds dipped into them during the pandemic, the majority using half or more of their savings to stay afloat.
I think it really reinforced the concept of how important it is to have some kind of cushion just in case something goes south.
Dennis Brewster with SagePoint Financial says emergency funds need to cover the basics, but it's up to each of us to figure out what that means.
All of us could take a look at our budget and see what do you need to have and what's kind of nice to have.
Brewster also suggests reaching out to landlords, banks, and other companies to see if you can lower or pause payments. That can help stretch your savings. And for people trying to start or restart their emergency fund, set up an automatic deposit. The dollar amount doesn't really matter at first.
We hear all the time, you got to crawl before you walk, walk before you run. Even if it's small amounts, $10, $25, whatever the number is, isn't so critical. Just start.
Even people who didn't need to use their emergency funds during the pandemic said the financial crisis made them rethink their spending and saving habits.
For me, I'm thinking it's the best to have savings in the terms of something tangible like real estate, gold, or things like that.
I just started readjusting my spending and just making sure what was going elsewhere that I didn't need to be going to, I started putting away.
And for Jonas, who has a new job as a youth minister, finding financial peace means getting back to the simple pleasures in life.
I don't need to be going out every weekend. I don't need to be spending money at the bars. I don't need to be, taking my girlfriend out to all the super expensive restaurants all the time, right?
Bottom line, Brewster says any amount of savings is better than nothing. And while something as big as COVID may never happen again, you'll need that money for whatever the next emergency brings. Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
We have more ways to help you make it in San Diego on our website. Just go to 10news.com.